Hello, my name is Daniel Mart, and today I'm going to be doing another movie review. This time around, I'm going to be doing a review for Alice in Wonderland, the original 1951 version from Disney. So yeah, Alice Through the Looking Glass comes out next month, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it's next month. Or either this month or next month. I need to double check. And I wanted to review this one, the original Disney movie, as well as the remake that came out a couple years back before the sequel comes out this year, which I believe is this month or next month. I'm not sure. April or May, I believe, is when it comes out. Um, so yeah, this will also count as a midnight movie review because I feel like it does kind of fit that formula of weird movies, kind of cult classic movies. And yeah, for those who don't know what a midnight movie review is, I haven't really done it in like the past 2 weeks because I haven't really had time, to be honest. I feel like it kind of fits. Also, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do another one for some time because of testing at school. So yeah, but basically, for those who don't know, midnight movie review, it's normally cult classic films. I reviewed, cult classic films, B-level films, so good they're bad films, those type of films, underrated films, etc. And the reason I call it midnight movie review is because most of these movies normally appear at midnight. Like I actually did watch this at midnight. I actually found this movie on TV at around midnight, like around 11ish, on one of the movie channels. So yeah, what was I gonna say? Yeah, I mean, normally, the history behind this is because movies back then, like in the 80s, they would show like these kind of B-level movies at midnight. And yeah, and actually, Alice in Wonderland was also one of those movies they kind of showed around that time frame. After its initial release, they kind of showed it around midnight because of its drug influences, if you know what I mean, during like the 60s, 70s, and 80s. So yeah, kind of a long intro. Sorry, but yeah. Yeah. Yeah, sorry for the long intro. 10-second spoiler warning as usual. For those who have yet to actually watch the movie and haven't already, stop the video, go check it out, and come back and watch the rest of this review. 10-second spoiler warning as usual, starting now. Okay, so 10 seconds are up. So for those who have yet to actually watch the movie and haven't already, please don't comment down below or be messaging me. That never give you a fair warning because as usual I did. So as usual, quick synopsis, likes and dislikes, and then the rate. So Alice in Wonderland, you have this girl called Alice, obviously, and she falls asleep. Or I mean, at first we don't know this, but she essentially falls asleep, and she has this dream of this big adventure that she has. She's following the March Hare. Um, she's following the March Hare. She's trying to figure out what the March Hare is trying to do, or the White Rabbit, whatever you want to call him. It, and it's her adventures through Wonderland. How she has to shrink and grow in order to get through the doorknob or through the door. Her talking to I believe it's like a pelican. I want to say it's a pelican. Her talking to the Captain Pelican, which is pretty funny. Destroying the March Hare's house, meeting the Mad Hatter, the Cheshire Cat, painting the white roses to red roses, for the Red Queen. Kind of. She kind of gets involved in this really weird, really trippy, and trippy adventure. And of course, at the end, it turns out to be a dream. So yeah, one thing I don't know about it's just that I don't know. I know it's based on a book, but I don't know if it's just something I don't understand about it, or just like something I always found kind of cheap, even from when I was a kid. Even since I was a kid, I always found how the ending was kind of cheap. How it's a dream, like it's one of those things that I guess you expect it to be a dream, but just kind of the way it ends so abruptly. It's one of those things I've just never understood and never really liked. I've never really liked the ending, how it just ends so abruptly. In my opinion, it's just kind of random. It's like, oh, we don't know how to end this. It's a dream. I mean, it's one of those things. I'm not sure if it's the same in the book, but it's one of those things like even when as you're watching a movie, I guess you could assume, yeah, I could see her making this all up, like in a dream or whatever. So it's just one of those things I've always had a campaign with. I kind of just had an issue with the fact that it just ends so abruptly, and the ending, although it is a bit obvious, it's just kind of weird and dumb the way that it's not the best written ending is what I'm trying to say. The animation, okay, it's Disney. What the hell do you expect? So obviously it's gonna be pretty good. You have some pretty great voice performances, I guess, voice acting performances, by Catherine Beaumont. Ed Wine, he's actually pretty good as Mad Hatter. Richard Hayden, he's pretty good as a caterpillar. Sterling Holloway, as a Cheshire Cat, he was pretty funny and creepy. Jerry Colano, I don't know if I said the cast member. I think I'll go over the cast because I don't think I went over the cast earlier. But Jerry Colano as the Marcher, that was pretty cool. And Verna Felton as the Queen of Hearts, probably I wouldn't say it's the best performance in this film because I mean, in my opinion, all the performances are pretty even or equal too. But I will say, as a villain, she is one of the more memorable villains. To a certain extent, like her voice, she is more memorable in the way she does stuff. It is pretty good. Now, if you compare it to other Disney villains, probably within the bottom 10, like top 10, probably within the bottom 10, but still a pretty memorable villain. Nevertheless. Um, so I mean, overall, it's a pretty fun. It's a really fun movie. It's a great movie. It's a fun movie. Definitely one that Tim Burton direct. It's one of those movies you definitely do see Tim Burton directing, and obviously he did direct it. But even before that, the 2010 movie came out. The remake came out. It's one of those movies like you could definitely see Tim Burton taking it and actually making a movie out of it. And yeah, it would be weird as shit, but it's the type of movie that he would do, and of course he did it. So yeah, again, it is the type of movie that would fit Tim Burton style. It's just so weird. Now when you get into the drug kind of culture about it, counterculture, hippie culture, whatever you want to call it of the 60s, 70s, and 80s. Yeah, there are scenes that it does seem like you need to take some hard drugs. To actually look at. I mean, I feel like it's one of those movies that you have to take drugs in general just to like kind of understand it a bit more. But there's certain scenes that really make no sense unless you're like on drugs. Like the one that I immediately think of is anything with the Mad Hatter for sure, and anything with the Cheshire Cat for sure. But then one of them, which I found kind of weird is when they're talking about that story with the walrus and the man, and they're eating the clams. That was really weird. I'm like, how does this fit in? I should be taking some drugs to understand. So yeah, I mean, overall, it's a really trippy movie. It's probably the oddest movie Disney has ever made. I was about to say directed, but he really didn't direct it. Walt Disney didn't really direct it. He just kind of produced it, I suppose, or he managed it or whatever. But it is definitely one of the weirdest films that the Disney company as a whole has ever made. I mean, anything that could probably come a close second to it. I want to maybe Emperor's New Groove, if anything, but even after that, Alice in Wonderland is still the trippiest movie they've ever made, in my opinion. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure it's something we can all agree in. So yeah, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best, and 6 being decent, I'll give this a movie a 7 out of 10. Although it is a pretty great movie, it's one of those movies I really didn't grow up with, so to speak, so I really don't have that much of a huge connection with it. If it was like something like Cinderella or Lion King, or one of those movies like Cinderella, Lion King, Snow White, even The Little Mermaid, or something like that, I'd probably give a higher grade to it. But since I didn't really grow up on this movie, so, I didn't really watch this movie for the first time till a couple years ago, right after I watched the remake. So I want to say maybe 2 or 3 years ago is when I first watched this movie. So yeah, and again, growing up with a film or films, or films, kind of does affect your point of view on it and your rating on it. So yeah, in my opinion. So yeah, 7 out of 10 is what I'd give this movie. And yeah, that's basically it for now. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I do movie reviews, TV show reviews, and comic book reviews. Comment down below, like the video, share on Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, or whatever you prefer. And that's basically it for now. This is Daniel Mart signing off.